From what you explain, I just remembered that there's a kind of an approach that developed from the times of Carl Jung, was a Freud student, and he developed this attitude where he talked about the unconscious part, the conscious part, and the superconscious. The subconscious and consciousness is kind of a connection of the collective awareness of everything that exists, and it has this kind of a name. It was called, it's like a cosmic library, like there's a kind of a library. And by the way, this is an attitude that is being adapted by many cultures, like the Hindus and many others. Like there's a cosmic library with information. Then a person who's like a mediator, one of the things that he tries to do is to come to that library, take a book, take it from the shelf, and try to read it. Is this possible, to come to this library, open a book, and start reading it? It doesn't come this way. I don't know this depiction. So there's a library and all the information that exists. We discover a system. To the extent to which I discover the system of connections between us, the more corrected the system is, the more I identify that it is corrected according to my correction, that to the extent to which I'm prepared to be there, and then in a corrected way. And then when I discover it, okay, call it a library, emotional, cognitive, whatever. Okay, so the way you see it, where is all of this knowledge that you talk about? Where, I want to understand. Not on the shelves. Not on the shelves. Yeah, it's a kind of an imagination, I get it, but the flow of information is in the ties between us. In the ties between us, there's, the giving and the love and the arvut and the connection between us. That's where all the information is. Information is only in the flow between people, or between me and a tree, still vegetative and animate too, but not a tree. We're talking about levels of perception, of attainment, of information that has nothing to do with matter. It's not trees and people's bodies. I kind of lost you. You probably already understand what you're talking about. You're downloading books, giving them back. I don't know. I want to ask something else. You said something that I don't understand. You said the information is hiding. It's not hiding. It's not hiding. It flows all the time between us. I don't mean our body. It's in our desires. All of creation is the will to receive, the will to enjoy, the will to receive pleasure. If everyone, any person is capable, if he makes a restriction over himself, that he doesn't want to be a receiver, but he wants to give, to bestow. The truth is that he doesn't have what to bestow and what to give, but that's another question. But he wants to be this way, to relate to the whole of reality this way, to this network of connections between him and others. Then he comes out to revelation in this network and starts seeing who else is in this network with him. Avraham, Yaakov, Rabbi Shimon, Rabbi Akiva, and my friends are there, and the Rashbi, and of course many, many others. Thousands and thousands are in this system, in this network, that are in a reciprocal connection, and others are closed, like flowers in the morning. Didn't open yet. So a person that opens up now, he starts seeing the true reality. He starts seeing the flow of information that exists between these desires. It's desires. It's not bodies. It's not bodies. It's desires. It's the vessel of the soul. A certain desire called Or, and a certain desire called Michael, and so on. Desires. All in all, it's one desire which is divided to many parts and pieces that are connected this way in one integral network. There are parts of the soul that corrected themselves partially or entirely, and then they're in kind of connection with others in reciprocal giving, bestowal, and there are those that are still shut, that didn't develop yet. Still, there is an inner ripeness for something to develop on the inside until they reveal it. A person that opened up as a flower, what does it give him? He sees from the end of the world to its end. Whatever happens on this network and the result of this network, and a result from this network, what happens in our world. How does it feel? He feels that he understands everything that's going on, down to the very last detail. Why do you think this? Why does she do that? And that's how each and every one of us is. And you don't see it on him. That others don't see that he's an open flower? No. Those that are in the same system? No. People around him? No. How can they see? Someone who's not an open flower, he can't identify other flowers? He's closed. Our time is ending in 10 seconds. This is called communicating. So give me a first tip on my way to open up my flower. Open your heart. Thank you. We'll try.